spouses, parents, and children. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM, a program filled with real talk, life hacks, inspiring stories, and yes, even the fun and laughter that keep families strong. So tune in, light up your day, and let's celebrate what makes every family shine. Spark, spouses, parents, and children. Only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Your campus, your community, your spark of inspiration.
Radyo Katipunan is now online. See our live feed on facebook.com/Radyo Katipunan. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter at Radyo Katipunan. And subscribe to our YouTube channel at Radyo Katipunan FM for more exclusive content.
Katipunan Radyo, 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 Katipunan Radyo, Radyo, Katipunan Radyo, 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 Katipunan
Coming up next, Katipunan Roundup on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo Katipunan
Radyo, 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 Radyo Katipunan Radyo Katipunan Radyo Katipunan Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan Radyo, 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 Katipunan Radyo, Radyo, Katipunan Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Lipat na Blue Eagle, kaning giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan Radyo, 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 Katipunan Radyo, Radyo, Katipunan Radyo, Katipunan Radyo, 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 Katipunan Radyo, Katipunan.
The voice of the Blue Radyo Katipunan.
Checking out the latest happenings in, around, and beyond Katipunan. This is the Katipunan Roundup.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM, the voice of the Blue Eagle. This is Katipunan Roundup.
We bring you the ins, outs, and all abouts of this lovely place we call home, Katipunan Avenue.
So for those of you loyal viewers, you may notice that my host is significantly taller than last time.
So if you still remember me, my last show was early May, and now I'm filling in, and I'm
Yeah.
happy to be back.
So yeah, shout out na lang muna kay Mio, who is unfortunately unable to come in today. And the sub-in we have.
Bernice, hello everyone.
So how has your summer been so far? Or intersession? Did you have a summer?
Yes, actually, I did have a summer. Although, if we look behind us, it's not much of a summer anymore. It took
Yeah.
quite a while for me to get here because it was quite rainy. But my summer was actually quite good. You know, I got to do a lot of different kinds of art projects. You know, engaging that creative side before I have to go back to school later this week.
Right brain ba? Right brain ang artistic hemisphere ng brain?
Yeah, I think it's the right brain. Otherwise, this summer I've just been using the wrong brain.
All right, I guess we now know where there's a right brain. Oh, wrong
Yes.
brain! Sorry guys, medyo mabagal ako today. But yeah, for those of you tuning in from the Katipunan/QC area, depending on how far the radius of that last freak bit of weather was it was very, very rainy and windy
quiet.
and thundery and lightning.
Yes, very thundery. I was very surprised. I saw the flash and immediately heard the thunder. And I was like, oh, so the storm is right above me, right above us.
Right. If I don't remember the statistic correctly, but when you see lightning, count the number of seconds after you see it. Each second that passes is 10 kilometers away from you.
Oh, I feel like I've heard a different variation of that.
Oh, what have you heard?
It was for if it's 30 seconds away, it's at least more than 2 kilometers. So I would actually prefer yours to be true because if it was 2 kilometers, then that's a bit scary. But 10 kilometers, then
Yeah.
that's not so bad.
10 kilometers, it's I don't know, I don't know. I'm terrible with my geography. Baka Sierra Madre na yan.
Okay, te.
Too far?
Well,
Too far?
Well, at least now we know. If yours is true, then at least I know I won't be walking out and getting hit by lightning. Because otherwise, then that's not good for any of us.
Well, a different storm happened today in 1991.
Right.
Well, not 1991, just 1991, but today in history, in 1991, Spanish cyclist Miguel Indurain, I think that's how you pronounce it. Indurain? Miguel Indurain. Well, Miguel here won his first of 5 consecutive wins of Tour de France titles. Do you know what the Tour de France is?
Something about the Eiffel Tower?
Close enough. It's about bikes.
Right, okay. It's a race?
Yes, it is
Okay,
a bike
great.
race. Tour de France is the world's most prestigious and most difficult bicycle race. Cyclists have to cover a mix of flat and elevated grounds, and that is what makes it challenging.
Right.
The race is named Tour de France because the starting line is outside of France, or depending on which country is hosting the opening stage, the racing cyclists eventually get to France.
Wow, so they cross borders. Quite literally Tour de France.
So it's Tour to
To
France,
France. That's
through Europe.
through Europe. So what if my visa only allows me to be in the country that I started in? Do you think they'll block me? What if I'm first in the race? And then
Tapos
they
pinigilan
block
ka
me?
sa border,
imagine.
parang, hindi ka
Teka
pwede
lang.
dito.
Parang bawal ka yata dito, boss. And then I lose my lead. Well,
I don't think they'll let that happen, especially if, you're an upright citizen, you don't have any international crimes unlike some people,
Wow.
from this country. You should be allowed to cross borders.
alright, okay. I think it'll take a while for me to participate in Tour de France though. Do you bike?
I used to bike. My
Right.
dad is an ex-triathlete.
Wow.
He's now a marathoner. I learned all of my fitness stuff from him.
Right.
And yeah, that's how I got into biking. I haven't biked in a long, long time, but I feel like, it's one of those skills that it's ingrained in the back of your
Yeah,
head.
right? I heard this saying that if you're good at a bicycle, if people who ride bikes for the first time, they'll be very bad at it, but eventually they'll get so good to the point that it can take 10 years until you ride a bicycle again and you'll still know how and still stay balanced.
Yeah.
So, would you bike around Katipunan to get to school?
To get to school, yes, because I live nearby. But if I wanted to go all the way to UP Town, maybe not, because unfortunately, motorcyclists use the bike lane.
Right.
So it's not as
Motorbike.
safe as you'd think it is.
That's true.
Shout
But I
out,
do
shout
see a
out
lot
kay,
of
JP
people.
Suarez probably has something to say about that.
That's true. Maiipit ka yata, boss, sa bike lane.
Diba? So what else happened today in history? 1951, Walt Disney releases the animated musical film Alice in Wonderland,
Right.
featuring Catherine Beaumont, J. Pat O'Malley, Edwin, yes, it's Edwin,
Edwin.
and Sterling Holloway, with songs by Sammy Fain and Bob Hillard.
Have you seen the original?
Yes, I have, and
Wow.
I quite enjoyed it. I like that animation style of Disney. Everything seems so hand-drawn. Everything
Right.
was done with love and intention.
I don't think we can say the same for Disney now.
For Disney now, why? What are your thoughts about Disney now?
I'm not sure if it was Disney that came out with that new trailer of another girl who suddenly discovers that she has magical powers.
Hex.
Right. I saw that and I noticed that all of the frames are center framed. So as in, the subjects are always in the center, so no particular following of the rule of thirds. And the second thing that I heard was that it looked very AI generated. And I just wish that eventually, just as you said, I hope Disney brings back the hand-drawn magic of animated films back then, because I feel like that really was what gave it its charm.
Right.
Maybe I'm just a nostalgic person and I like old animated films more than current animated films.
Right. I mean, yeah, valid. I find myself to enjoy the older animated films more. Maybe it's nostalgia bait.
Right.
Maybe you're really just comparing, the blindness of youth
That's true.
to, more awake now to the nuances of animation or nuances
Yeah.
of production
Right.
in these films, right? So yeah, Hext is Disney and it's set to come out at the end of the year.
Right.
Let's hope it's good. The main character is voiced by Haley Steinfeld.
Oh, I know her. Okay.
Yeah. So let's hope it's good. I mean, there are a lot of criticisms about just the trailer. And let's see if, Disney
It
pulls
could be
through.
good.
It could be
It
good.
could be good.
We can't say that it's not good yet.
That's true. We have only seen the trailer, so there's still many things to see about it. What's your favorite Disney film, since we're talking about
Of all time?
of all time?
Favorite Disney film of all time? I feel like my answer changes every time someone asks me.
Well, what's your answer now?
Oh, Disney film off the top of my head, the favorite. You know what? I'm gonna stick with it. I really, really, really liked Frozen.
Exactly. Frozen is that, I think, will forever be whatever K-pop Demon Hunters is to the average child now. That was my K-pop Demon Hunters.
I feel like Frozen was one of those necessary pieces of early 21st century culture,
Right.
right?
Every child, including me, was wearing either Elsa or Anna. And depending on who your favorite sister was between the two of them, I'd say that also says something about
Oo,
those
siguro
person.
may factions din yan, Team Elsa versus Team Anna.
That's true.
Mas malala pa siya sa what's that vampire werewolf movie series
Twilight?
again? Yeah.
Right.
Siguro mas malala pa yan.
But I think for sure, I don't think kids were forming cultish groups over their favorite character. At least not in the way that people were doing that for Tumblr
Yeah,
back
different.
back
So
in
like
the
a
day.
different kind of kid cult, around
That's true.
around Elsa and or Anna.
Yeah. For me, I think my favorite character was Elsa. How about you?
I was on Team Elsa.
Okay,
I
that's
was
great.
for-
I
was for
understood
Elsa.
her.
No, I just like the fact that she had powers.
Oh, well, okay, that also works. But, Anna had powers of her own. Power of love.
Sure.
Okay, I'm just coping.
How about you? What is your favorite Disney movie of all time?
Just like you, I'm also blanking. I would like to say Frozen, but that would be unoriginal. I would like to say another animated film, but I'm not sure if it's Disney. So,
If it's not Disney, I'll tell you.
sorry?
If it's not Disney, I'll tell you. So
okay.
just shoot.
No, I'm pretty sure Shrek is not Disney.
Yes, it's not. It's DreamWorks.
Okay, oh gosh.
If it helps you think, let's see. If it helps you, let's include Pixar pre-Disney. So we're going to include Pixar, but not Marvel, not Star Wars.
Okay, for sure not.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know
Then-
what? I'm sorry. I'm going to be unoriginal and say Frozen as well, just because
It was
I
that
don't-
good.
It was that good, and I can't seem to recall I'm sure that at some point I had seen it, but I don't have any active recollection of having watched any of the princess movies.
Really?
But I am sure that at some point in my early childhood I have seen it, and I have just forgotten. So maybe tonight, I feel so inspired, I'm going to binge watch all of the princess movies and then pick my favorite princess from there.
Siguro next time, managers, maybe we can do Disney Princess tier list.
Right, for sure. We can do like the list of all the animated girls. So My Little Pony, Monster High, and all of those other films. We could have a discussion on the favorites.
Those are words that are alien to me. Unfortunately.
Right. Oh gosh, it's okay. Eventually, I will find someone to discuss
Siguro
it with
maybe
on
we
the
can
radio.
get not the girls of RK.
Yes,
and no,
for
not,
sure.
not necessarily all the girls. Everyone in RK who knows about
Yes,
the culture.
and then we can have
and
them
tier
here.
list. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts now? Oh, no, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it now. let's talk about live action remakes.
Oh, okay.
On the topic of Moana being the latest live action remake of Disney.
You know, I can't really speak on Moana because I haven't seen it. The live action. I have seen the animated version.
What are your thoughts on the animated version?
I loved it. I saw it. I saw it when it came out, and I was very inspired. There was this certain magic about watching animated films as a kid. You walk out of the cinema, and you're like, I can be Moana. I can be the chosen person of the ocean. And I live in Cavite, which is so far from the nearest ocean. What are you talking about? But I certainly loved Moana. Would I put it in my top favorites? Probably not. Again, because I don't have any active recollection of having seen many Disney films. But it was definitely up there. I felt so inspired by Moana that I would try and find rocks and I would paint the
swirly thing.
The swirly thing, yes.
Right.
The magic rock that she has. And that's how much I liked it. How about you? What did you think of Moana?
I liked the animated version. I remember watching it in. I think if I remember correctly, I remember watching it in Robinson's Magnolia with my mom, my sister, and my lola.
Wow.
I think that's the correct info. But yeah, it was a good movie. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I didn't really get to connect to the story as much as other people may have. The story was very nice. Yeah, I think it's one of the better recent animated films.
For sure,
yeah.
from Disney. I liked the story. It was very inspiring.
Yeah.
What's even funnier, or not, inspiring, I suppose, is that in the live action, Dwayne Johnson reprises his role as Maui. Does he not?
He does.
Right. Okay.
My issue with that is they gave him a bodysuit.
What?
Yeah. So that's not actually his body, right?
In the live action.
In the live action,
okay, well,
yeah.
of course.
To make him look more accurate to the animated film.
Right.
But it looks so inhuman.
It looks jarring, is what you're saying. Like comparing him, the bodysuit him.
It's like, you know how when the ancient Greeks made sculptures and they're kind of, it looks like the gods look like human, but at the same time there's something about it that's not human.
About.
That's what I feel about how
Right.
how they depicted Maui in the live action.
Uncanny.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Have you seen the live action?
I've seen a lot of clips
Right.
because it's been out for a while. Wala nang spoiler dito.
Yeah, Moana came out 10 years ago.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that they could have done so much better with Dwayne Johnson.
Right. Not give him the uncanny look.
I think they should have gone with a different actor.
Really? Why is that?
Dwayne Johnson may be from Samoa, but he doesn't look like Maui.
Right. You think they gave him the role because he already played it in the animated version?
They needed a star to make sure people came back to watch it.
Did people come out to watch
That's
it?
my theory. That's my theory. Did people come back to watch it? Good question. Last I heard, they weren't even halfway to breaking even.
Oh gosh, that is kind of scary, no?
Yeah.
The budget seemed quite big from what I've seen, and it's such a shame that they didn't break even. I guess it's showing that a lot of people don't want to see remakes of films they have already watched.
Yeah.
So certainly we want to be seeing more original things. I think it is a good way to tell these studios that there is a demand for newer topics, newer things to watch, rather than just remakes of previous media.
Yeah. In the same way that Cinderella is a reinterpretation of a story longer ago. I can't remember when. And if I remember correctly, Beauty and the Beast is Disney's interpretation of... Oh no, I can't remember now. It's from Greek mythology, but it's about the same thing where there is a beast and then there is a beauty. And then when Beauty finds out that the beast looks like a beast, that's when everything goes haywire.
Right.
So Beauty and the Beast is an interpretation of that old story. I feel like there are a lot of stories around the world that could be given a new light under
Right, exactly.
Disney Studios.
Exactly.
Not necessarily princess, but still under Disney, still following that idea.
Because there's so many stories to be told and there's so many stories from everywhere. What I liked about Moana is that it gave a new twist on existing culture and tradition, put a spin on it that the younger generation could understand. And I think if this Moana remake, this live action is going to say anything, is that people did like Moana when it came out. But the question is, did they like it so much that they would see it again, but live? So about like having more stories to tell, I think it's definitely true that there's so many old things that do exist that could be given a new light, and there are so many stories that could exist, and we just have to look inside of ourselves, or these studios have to think of these stories themselves and hopefully give us something new to watch.
So, speaking of something new to watch, have you watched The Odyssey?
I'm going to later.
You're going to later?
I am going to later. I am watching it in 4D, as a matter of fact, just as Christopher Nolan intended it.
All right.
Have you seen The Odyssey?
I have seen The Odyssey. I will not spoil anything.
Well, to be fair, the book came out hundreds of years ago?
I think, no, the book came out hundreds of years ago. The poem was around for thousands of years.
Right. So, I mean, technically speaking, there's no
epic.
spoilers. Yes.
So, walang, hala, spoiler ka ng Odyssey. No, there are no spoilers for the Odyssey.
Exactly. I mean, if it came out thousands of years ago, maybe it was my responsibility to have read it first before having this discussion.
I read the Odyssey before watching
Really?
the Odyssey. Yeah, it was part of a extended optional reading in grade school. Yes, grade school.
Grade school.
Yeah. So I read the Iliad and the Odyssey in grade school. That was my Percy Jackson era, and that's why I was
all right.
That's why I was like, ooh, cool.
You already
Thick
had
book.
an introduction
Yeah.
to it. Did you or did you not feel disappointed watching the movie after having read the book?
I feel like Christopher Nolan interpreted the book well.
Right. Okay.
It was well done. There were some details that I would have liked to see, like to have seen, but with the restrictions of film with budget, I think he's able to flesh out a lot of what is in the book.
Well, to be fair, if we're talking about Christopher Nolan and then we're going to talk about limits, isn't the movie 3 hours long? More or less?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, he didn't use that limit, technically speaking. But to be fair, I don't know how long the Odyssey and the Iliad are, but I'd say 3 hours. A lot of people said that 3 hours wasn't enough.
3 hours wasn't enough, but
Right.
again, we are trying to cover the story of the man who took over 10 years to get home. 10 years?
Right.
20.
Okay. At least now I have an idea of what I'm going into, because I honestly have not. I'm going in completely blind. Well, not anymore, but it's good to know a little something. So would you advise people who have watched The Odyssey to read it?
I think that you will watch the Odyssey first because it's the popular thing right now.
Right.
And then you're going to see reviews online. You're going to see reels, TikToks about it. And then you're going to want to compare. Then you read the book. But it is very good for you to watch Achilles right before the Odyssey.
What is Achilles?
Achilles is the story of the Battle of Troy.
Right. All right.
So that is the Iliad, but following the perspective of Achilles, who dies in the siege of Troy.
Why are you spoiling this to me?
Because it's been out for thousands of years. Don't worry, Achilles doesn't appear in the Odyssey.
Okay, well.
But yeah, that's where you're like, okay, Trojan horse this, Trojan horse gets into city, Greeks attack Troy.
Right.
And then that's where the story continues. So you can watch Achilles, and then you can watch.
The Odyssey.
Sorry, not Achilles. The movie is Troy.
Oh, all right.
So watch Troy, and then watch the Odyssey. It's pretty okay to. They're not, faithful, or they're not intended to be watched one after the other, but you
Right.
can, just so that you can follow the story.
Is it necessary, would you say?
No. Well, there's some base level understanding of mythology and history that you have to know.
Really?
So, for example, you're walking into that cinema blind. Why is there a horse made out of wood lying in the middle of the sand?
That's actually a great question.
That
I would
is-
have asked that
exactly.
early,
That is
later.
the Trojan horse.
Right.
And then, they're not to spoil you for specifics in the movie, but yes, you need to come in with a little bit of existing knowledge.
Okay.
Otherwise, enjoy the film as it is.
I am very excited. I haven't seen a 4D movie in a while. And would you say The Odyssey is a good place to start again? Would you call it a good 4D movie experience, having seen it already?
I watched mine in 2D, so
Well, yes.
yeah.
I mean, like,
but yeah.
the effects
The
of it.
effects, I think so. It would be good, especially if may pa water spray kapag may
goodness.
ulan.
Is there a lot of that?
There's a lot of rain and storm in
Right.
the film. There's also a lot of blood.
Oh,
I think
I don't think
it's
they're going
rated.
to-
I think it's rated PG.
okay. That's great. I am confident, at least knowing that I will probably come out of that not being soaked in water
Yes.
or blood? Question
Yes.
mark. That would be a little concerning.
Yeah.
But the most interesting thing about The Odyssey, and this was very heavy discourse, especially online, was the concept of it being in 70 millimeter. Am I right? Being shot on a particular format of film that made it so that showing it to in a cinema would be a different experience, because from what I remember, the film was shot in a square-ish format, while most cinemas can only display it in the regular 16:9 ratio. So apparently, the actual film, the way that Christopher Nolan had intended it to be shown, could only be shown in 40 cinemas worldwide, and most of them are in the United States. So I think it was very interesting that the experience of the film is going to be quite different. Did you feel that in your watching experience?
I can't compare it to what it was intended to look like, but after seeing, unfortunately, camcorded footage of the film, I would say that the story is too good for you to notice.
Right. So it's not something very palpable and very obvious to the average
Viewer, yeah.
Yes.
So the movie critics would be like, oh yeah, it's aspect ratio, blah blah blah. Me, I'm there for the story. I'm like, ooh,
cool effects.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of behind the scenes footage, and someone said that some part of the film, if you had been there on the set, it would have felt like a fever dream. I can't
Yeah.
imagine the magic that went into shooting something that large of a scale.
Yeah, I saw behind the scenes footage where the entire camera crew was wading in waist deep water, holding
Whoa.
the
They're
camera.
big cameras.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure those are very heavy as well. So a lot of dedication and a lot of work went into this film. So is there anything in your life right now that you are, wading in waist deep waters for at the moment? Or something that you're extremely dedicated to right now?
Siguro RK, being a DJ for RK.
Yes, of course. That's great.
Yeah, RK being part of the pep squad, sticking to things that I started my college career
That's
with
great.
and ending strong on them as a hopefully graduating senior.
Period. Graduating. Period.
I'm graduating.
Period. Yes.
We're doing it this year, chat.
We're doing it. You say this year as if
Sorry, in 2027, this academic
yes,
year.
this academic year, and it's not. It's going to be by then, no later.
Yes, no extending of semesters. Let's move on. Let's move on
Right.
from our today in history and films and stuff and birthdays.
Birthdays. Okay.
So, born today in 1941 and passed in May 2022 during the pandemic, Susan Roses.
Who is Susan Roses? Let's share it with the audience. For those of you who may not be familiar.
So, sobrang sikat siya na actress. You will probably know her from Right Med commercials.
Right.
She had her first acting stint at 10 years old in
10
the
years
movie Mga Bituin ng Kinabukasan in 1952, and she is regarded as the queen of Philippine movies with a showbiz career spanning over 7 decades.
7 decades.
Starring in over 130 films and television programs.
That's a lot.
She owns 5 FAMAS awards, which is local. It's like Emmys for the Philippines.
Yes. Yes.
2 Best Actress wins and Luna Awards, honored her with a Lifetime Achievement Award for her long-standing career and contribution to Philippine cinema.
That was her wading in waist-deep waters. That's her dedication. It's acting.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, born today in 1929 and passed in May 1994. She was known as the 35th U.S. President JFK's wife, the youngest American First Lady, and later on, after the assassination of JFK, wife to Greek shipping magnate Aristotle Onassis. She graduated from George Washington University in 1951, and prior to her married and political life, she was a reporter-photographer for the Washington Times-Herald and covered the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1952.
She was really there for all of the major
She was there,
events.
yeah. She was there. She was waiting. She was in the water.
She was in the waters and she was in media just like us.
Yes. She intended to make the White House a showcase for America's most talented and accomplished individuals. She invited musicians, actors, and intellectuals, including Nobel Prize winners. So she was big on historical and cultural preservation. According to Britannica, her most enduring contribution to her work was to restore the White House to its original elegance and protect its holdings. She established the White House Historical Association, which was charged with educating the public and raising funds. And she wrote the foreword to the association's first edition of the White House, A Historic Guide, 1962. To catalog the mansion's holdings, Jacqueline hired a curator from the Smithsonian Institution, a job that eventually became permanent. Congress, acting with the First Lady's support, passed a law to encourage donations of valuable art and furniture, and made the White House furnishings of artistic or historic importance and the inalienable property of the nation, so that residents could not dispose of them at will. After extensive refurbishing, she led a nationally televised tour of the White House in February 1962.
She had such a big dedication to the arts, didn't she? I think if I were ever put in a position of her stature, I think since so much of the time goes into, obviously, the policies and politics of it all, then it's good that she went and took the time to really preserve a lot of the things that may seem invisible to most people or not as important, but later on you realize that all of these things that she fought to protect, like even furniture, seems like such a basic thing, but protecting something like that, it's definitely still a testament to your culture and the things that you had loved at some point being preserved.
Yeah, art and furniture, it's a product of the time.
Exactly.
She's made them basically immortal inside the White House, and they are fragments of history that are preserved in a, secure environment.
Exactly. Hopefully I do get to see the furniture. But for now, I think I'll settle going to the preserved houses here in the Philippines, like for example, the ones in Baguio, getting to see the furniture of their times. Unfortunately, if I were to preserve any of my furniture, I think my children would only see that they are very cheap. So...
yeah. If I had to preserve a piece of furniture from my house, it would probably be my electric fan.
Why is that?
Because I put stickers on it.
Oh, okay. So it's technically a testament.
Yeah,
yes,
it's an art piece.
And it's true to, like, it's exclusive to you because
right?
nobody
the one
else.
Of one.
Exactly, it's one of one. So technically, you'd be doing a very good job of preserving your personal history.
Moving on to other birthdays, Soulja Boy, happy birthday!
Happy
36
birthday.
years old. Soulja Boy, of course, we know from his hit song, Crank That Soulja Boy.
Crank That Soulja Boy.
Sa mga hindi nakakaalam, wag na lang kayo mag-club.
Oh.
Baka masyado na silang matanda eh. Because remember, Soulja Boy was popular on the radio when we were kids.
Right. Okay.
Not to say that he's washed, but have you heard any new music from Soulja Boy?
Maybe it's an us thing that we haven't.
Maybe it's an us thing.
Maybe we have to go seek it out ourselves and listen to new Soulja Boy music.
Yeah. Our producers are telling us to do a impression, and my response to that is absolutely not.
No. You lost me there.
Other birthday today is Harry Kane, 33 years old. The front man of the English football team for
Right.
the World Cup this year.
Did you watch the World Cup?
Yes, I did.
Who are you rooting for?
I was rooting for Japan because woohoo team,
Woohoo.
woohoo team Asia. But then as soon as the round started getting, the people started getting countries started getting eliminated. I was like, okay, whoever's going up against Argentina.
So whoever was, they were just your ops. It was just them. And then whoever just so happens to be fighting them, that's the person, that's the team that you root for.
Yeah, so I stayed up to watch the Egypt game where Egypt was leading 2-0 for the first 70-something minutes. I watched the finals. I stayed up
Did
for
you watch
finals.
the finals in
Yes,
person?
I watched. In person, like when I was like, not there.
So obviously not. I mean, like the watch parties and whatnot.
Yeah, I was at a watch party.
Oh, how was that?
Wild to say the least. Most of the people at that watch party were Messi fans. So
Oh dear.
yeah,
Right.
they were very sad.
I can
to say the
imagine.
least.
Oh, I've only recently gotten into the World Cup because some of my friends are into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, okay, let me just join my friends in their joy and happiness. And from what I remember from the final, which I watched online, it was they were 0-0 for the first 90 minutes.
Yeah, for the first 90
For the
minutes.
first 90 minutes, and the goal only got scored around the 106th.
Yeah, they scored in overtime.
That's
So kudos
crazy.
to Argentina's very good defense. But wow, the Spanish controlled the ball 90% of the game. Grabe.
right. My thing with that is, between Spain and Argentina. Sorry, obviously neither of these people are my teams, but for some reason I just did not want to root for Argentina, so I rooted for our colonizers instead. How it felt cheering for Spain, who colonized us for 333 years, praying that they just get a goal.
Can you imagine if we never got our Philippine independence? We could be under Spain and a World Cup would belong to us
That's
too.
true. That is true. But there would also be a lot of things that don't belong to us. I think a World Cup is not really.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, the World Cup is.
But it could be.
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
It could be.
You know what?
Especially.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, speaking of World Cup, I believe there's also a female equivalent of it that we are participating in.
Yes.
It's very fun.
Yeah,
It's
women's.
very good.
For women's football, their World Cup, the Philippines has
That's
qualified.
great. So, for those of you who did watch the World Cup and want to root for a team that is very much so closer to us in proximity, then we highly recommend that you watch the Women's World Cup or women's football. Because then at least we have our own team that's participating.
Right, exactly. I hope that the games will be shown at a more reasonable hour of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
What time were these games? Like 3, 5 a.m.?
Yeah. Something like
Goodness.
that. I remember the final. I woke up at 1, got into the car at 1:30, drove with my family to watch the game, and we were up until 6.
6 exactly, because it took so long to have anything happen. So that time that I was watching it, I was waiting for something to happen and just clenching my fist, hoping that the ball would go in, and then it doesn't, and then it takes another 10, 20 minutes for something to happen.
22 attempts at the goal by Spain and 1 attempt by Argentina.
At some point, it was 0 by Argentina.
Yeah, for the first how many minutes?
Well,
Yikes.
that just goes to show that if you really love the sport, you will stay and watch all of it.
Yeah.
At some point, I was thinking, should I just go to sleep? Maybe I'll wake up and they're still playing. Maybe in a year, I'll wake up and they are still playing and nothing has happened. And then I figured, well, I've been here for an hour and 30 minutes. I think I can push through another 30 minutes for something to happen.
Some people at the watch party that I went to fell asleep.
Oh, well.
That's a
Imagine
different
falling
thing, yeah.
asleep during the goal.
During the goal.
That's,
Yeah, that must really be. Imagine you doze off during the goal, or you're on your phone during the goal because you're so bored.
And then
you
everyone
miss
just
it.
erupts into cheers. And
You're
just
like, what happened? What happened?
What happened? And then the team that you were rooting against scored. Well, depends on whose fan they were.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, that is our take on World Cup. Harry Kane, 33 years old, and that is the end of our first segment. We'll be right back with the next part of Katipunan Roundup. For now, here's some music. We'll be back right after this break.
be back in a few, Katipuneros, so please stay tuned.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog. Lipat na Blue Eagle, kaning giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan.
The voice of the Blue
Checking out the latest happenings in, around, and beyond Katipunan. This is the Katipunan Roundup.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM, the voice of the Blue Eagle. This is Katipunan Roundup.
We bring you the ins, outs, and all abouts of the place we call home, Katipunan Avenue.
So we are here in Ateneo now,
Yes, we are.
but then let's talk about the other side of Katipunan Avenue.
What is on the other side of Katipunan Avenue?
For most that are here, that would probably be referring to UP. And here, that would be our guests for today. Say hi, guys. Camera over there.
Yay!
So, how would you like to introduce yourselves to the world through our platforms right now?
So hi, I'm Shay. I'm one of the Freshie Relations Head of Interact 16, which is a Freshie welcoming event on August.
And I am Sander, an external affairs head of Interact 16.
And with all of that, I am Nathan Lontok, the overall head of Interact 16.
So yeah, thanks for coming on air, guys. So what is Interact?
So Interact is a Freshie welcoming event. Well, it's actually for FSTs or Freshies, Transferees, and Shifties of EEE or Electronics and Electrical Engineering here in UP Diliman.
So the goal of Interact is to ease in the freshies or the shifties such that they would have an easier time adjusting to EEE. Since it is also stated by some na EEE is like hell on earth, but we would like to show them na it is not, and it can be a happy place or a second home to them given the right people that surrounds them.
All right, that sounds good, especially for a course that is known to be, well, as you said, hell on earth. Tell us more about your org, the org that is designing this event.
So UP Circuit is the org which is designing Interact 16, and it's based on the students of EEE in UP Diliman. And we have actually 3 flagship events, including Squeeze, which is a national competition for EEE, and we also have TEP, the e-waste project, which is for the e-waste and collection of e-waste, and of course Interact 16, which is the event that we are handling now.
Yeah, that's right. What Shay said, we have 3 flagship events, and for today's program, the important thing is Interact 16, our fresh initiative. It is, like Sander said, it is the bridge. It is the outlet of students to be able to have a glimpse of what to expect in the university and the life ahead of them. Yeah.
Right. So, Interact, that's a very interesting name. So, for those of you who come from Ateneo, so I suppose it's the ORSEM equivalent, but specifically for people who come from the Triple E course. But I'm particularly interested. So, what's the thought process behind the event's name? Because from what I'm seeing here, it's Interact, yes, but it's Interact CKT. CKT. So, could you tell us about that CKT and the thought process behind the event name?
Well, first of all, CKT is the how we define or how we use to tell a UP circuit shortened form. So that's why we use CKT, and we use Interact because we focused on interacting with the freshies that would not just end after the event of Interact, but would also proceed to after the event, so that they would have a community to go to, given the experiences that they would experience in Triple E.
So you'd consider UP Circuit as the home org or the home organization of students in this field?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, one of the homework.
All right. So we've been told that Interact, the theme for this year, is new voyages. Why that?
So basically, it's new voyages, which is from the theme Neverland or Peter Pan, and we call UP Neverland, and the freshies or the FSTs as the sailors that are going to enter Neverland.
And just as Peter Pan needs happiness to fly, we also would like to give happiness to these FSTs so that they could fly and flourish here in Triple E.
All right. That sounds fun, especially for your incoming freshmen. When mismo yung new voyages?
Interact 16 would happen in August. Specifically, it will be happening in 3 days. So, August. It will be a 3-day event. First day is August 5. It is the welcoming event. It would be an online event. The next day is on August 6. It will be a academic tour and institute tour. So basically, we would have speakers from our from the teachers in our colleges, and also tour the freshies or the FSTs in our beloved campus, our beloved department. Yeah. And the last day is the campus tour on August 8th, Saturday. It is the widely recognized campus tour in which we would roam around the whole UP campus. Yes.
Wow. From what I know of the UP campus, it's quite large, no? Specifically, what I want to know is, since you guys, I believe, are also from the Triple E courses, tama ba? Is there anything specific that you recall from your experiences in Interact? Meron ba kayong mga core memories from this time that you experienced?
For me, it's really about interacting with my fellow freshies that time, because to be honest, I felt really lost when I first entered UP, especially because I'm from the province, and the life here in Metro Manila is way different than in Laguna. So I felt lost. And then when we had Interact, there were a lot of pre-event happenings that helped me to interact with my fellow FSCs, as well as even the upperclassmen here in UPD, and especially in Triple E. And from interacting with those freshies, they actually became my friends. And yes, I felt very welcome after that, and I felt that UP is really my home or my new home.
Yeah, completely gets, no? Like, being so used to a particular way and then getting introduced to a new life, it's good that you were able to find people to bond with, especially since sabi mo nga that your course is a little more difficult than the others. So at least having a kadamay in that kind of sense, especially early on in your college career, is very good. So how about the two of you? Any core memories?
Well, actually, my core memory is the regret of not joining Interact, because I wasn't able to join Interact. I was not aware that it is something that would help me. So seeing now the freshies that joined Interact, and also my fellow batchmates that joined Interact, I felt regret that I was not able to join it, because I could have gotten a much better experience during my first year, and it could have been a much easier and fun first year.
Right.
For me, I've joined Interact, but not fully, because I got sick on the last day, so I didn't go on tour, the much-awaited event. So with that, that pushed me to, I said to myself na I'll just organize it. So So last year, I've been with Interact already. I've been the externals head last year, and now I've been the overall head. So siguro, what I missed with Interact, it pushed me towards letting freshies or letting the FSTs to experience that. So basically, it helped me drive my passion with Interact and gave me an inspiration and opportunity to have a good opportunity and a good mindset to what will the freshies experience.
No, that's good, no? Kasi at least you can, even if you didn't get to experience the magic yourself, parang it's different now for you guys because you're the ones giving the magic and making it, giving that experience to others, no?
Oo. So, sige, ita-testing na namin kayo. But, hindi naman ganon, like, not like, very hard questions. I have been to UP, in my incoming 4 years of college, maybe I've only been to 5 different places. And one of them was the UP football grandstand, multiple times for the UAAP games. Otherwise, I don't see myself in the UP campus a lot. For anyone who is going to UP, where would you recommend they go?
So the most iconic spot in UP is really the Sunken Garden. And I really recommend going there at sunset. And of course, if it's not a rainy day, to just sit there and relax and be alone with your thoughts or be there with your friends and your family.
And if you're already in the Sunken Garden, why not explore the Akad Oval as well? And if you're going to walk around the Akad Oval, you would also be able to see the oblation, which is one of UP's core symbols. And you could, here in the oblation, you could also see the sunflowers that bloom at this time of the year, where the graduating students take their photos.
Right, okay. Do you have any food recommendations naman for those who are already going to UP? Saan kaya kami pwedeng kumain if we go?
That's perfect. So if ever na you're tired na sa pag-ikot sa Akad Oval or sa Sunken Garden, you could check out A2. So basically, it's the famous street there in UP Diliman where it offers cheap foods but super delicious foods. So siguro notable stalls there is the Iskomay and the sisig there. It is very much famous. Siguro dinadayo din siya ng mga tao. Yun. So basically, it's our go-to food spot, food avenue or food street in UP. Yes.
Meron ba tayong ganun dito sa Ateneo? Parang hanggang
Food?
Regis lang tayo. Wala tayong actual street. I've tried their mango shake. Tama ba? From that, very, very delicious. No, dapat pala we have a tour of A2 so that we can taste all of the food in UP.
I've been to A2 once. Dynamite on top. I love the dynamite in UP. So, if that's the places you recommend people to go, do you have any spots with core memories? Like they're very personal na, maybe if freshies visit this place too, baka magkakaroon din sila ng core memory.
To me, it's really just a personal thing, but CS Library, which maybe some people would love because it's a library. But to me, it's like a home because I go there to study every time. And I think it has seen a lot of my moments where I'm about to give up for finals or exams. And also moments where I'm happy because I know that I will pass the exams. And I also eat there. And it's actually an overnight library. So you can stay there overnight, but you can't really go out after 9 p.m. So I stay there a lot and have my all-nighters there and even eat there.
You've stayed in the library past 9. What time do they let you guys leave?
So they let us leave at 6 a.m.
Wow.
And it's really effective for studying for your exams since you will really be forced to study there.
Right, for sure. Because if you study at home or like in a cafe, the cafes can close. And if you're at home, parang you can just get sleepy agad. So that's good that the library talaga has already seen a lot of versions. Even for me, New Rizal Library, so many versions of me for the lock-in. Definitely no. How about you guys?
Well, my core memory is on Sunken Garden where I live. Kita naman yung bias ko here. I love Sunken Garden and the Akad Oval, right? Where I live my Alone Together fantasies. Because dun sinut yung Alone Together. And also I order dun kasi may mga food stalls din dun where combo number 5, which is consists of pancit canton and kikiam.
Right, okay.
For me, yun nga, like I said, I'm a foodie kasi, so I like to eat. So for me, my go-to or like my most memorable spot is in A2, in the area in A2. Since I've go there always, even I failed my exams or I celebrate since I got high scores. So food is my like safe space. So basically, and I could all find it in A2. So yeah.
Madadaanin na ba lahat ng sinabi niyong places during the campus tour on the final day of Interact?
Yeah, pretty much. We would go there. We'll let the freshies go there, and it is part of our tour.
Oh, so you're really making them you're really encouraging them already to have their go-to places, experience the significance, and I think the very unique culture of having such a significant food spot there, of having a nice third space to go to, as you said, and even Sunken Garden, which I haven't personally sat in, but from what I've seen, parang super ganda. So it's very unique that you guys are giving them talaga the full exposure to what their life is going to be like for the next 4 years. And so, what distinguishes this year's Interact from the ones that you've experienced or the previous ones that the freshies can look forward to?
There are actually a lot of pre-events this year, especially the freshie games that we are having for the pre-events. And of course, the freshie fams, which are families that are formed before even the Interact starts.
So yeah, we are focusing now really on the interactions that happens before the event itself, during the Interact event, and after the Interact event, so that we can really build a community that they could feel like they are already home, given that a lot of students in UP came from different provinces.
Right.
And yung iba takes planes or boats to get home, so they would have a second home in our department.
Parang it's so important talaga to already have and foster that community, and it's so good that you guys are really giving them the opportunity to find their homes and their families. Parang gusto kong, would it be okay if you guys share like one of the games that you guys have prepared?
So one of the games that we had was the Mecha Chameleon, but for the freshie version or the freshie rel versions, wherein we had our freshie rels hide in different spots of the campus, and it's an online game only, which is posted in our FB group, and the students or the FSTs will find the freshie rels hidden in the pictures, and it was really fun. And I think that the freshies would be familiar with the places in the campus through that game alone.
And it's very relevant, no? Mecha Chameleon. I mean, I haven't played it, pero
Sobrang, the thing that came into my head was like, oh, write that down. We're gonna do that too. That's pretty
Gumanda lang
good.
kayo, you see us doing it as well. Joke lang, of course.
Inspired by the Interact community.
Exactly.
So, on the topic of mga finding the freshie rails around campus using Mecha Chameleon as the inspiration, do your freshies find these like on online lang, diba? Do they find them in teams or solo lang ba? In their freshie fams, tama ba yung dinig ko?
Yes, so the pointing system for that is by teams, but they can join it individually and comment where they find the freshie rels there. But the points that they will get will be put on their teams.
Okay.
It's parang collaborative effort
Yes,
talaga.
it
You
is a
guys are
collaborative.
focusing on building these relationships and these communities with all of the FSTs. Tama ba? Speaking of, these are people who are entering a very new chapter of their lives, and they're doing so in an academic environment that might not be familiar to them. So if you guys have any pieces of advice for these new intakes, especially considering the context of your course nga, do you have any words of encouragement, assurance, advice?
I would really say to interact as much as possible with the people there, because UPD will be your new home and Triple E would also be your new home. So having people there to bond with and even study with or eat with will really help you there, and it will create that welcoming feeling there in UP. And you will be able to study more if you are with your group, even if okay, it might seem distracting studying with a group. But if we all just lock in together and tell each other to lock in, then it will really work.
For me, I like to say na I like to advise the fellow FSTs to just be themselves. Because I realized that when going to something new or going to college, you adjust immediately or basically you change. But for me, I think you just need to stay who you are, what is your identity, and basically everything will follow in place. Yeah, siguro that's my advice to them.
My advice is just to show up. Yes, I'm looking at you. Show up. Just show up in your classes and in your exams, even if it is hard, especially during the hard times. It is during the hard times that you build yourself and you grow as a person. And here in Triple E, it is really important. Every class is important because each class carries a heavy weight. Kaya just show up even kahit nahihirapan ka na.
I would also like to say to stay at your own pace because life is really not a race. And don't, of course, it's hard to not be competitive at times, but don't compare yourself to other people and just have fun and study at your own pace and don't think about how the others are way ahead of you because you are just at your own pace. So that's really an advice that I would say to even my younger self.
Yeah. So from, as opposed to expecting hell in Triple E and, all the other fun activities na hinanda nyo para sa mga freshies, what else should they look forward to? Like, of all the activities in the 3-day program ng Interact, what should they be looking forward to?
To me, they should be looking forward to the third day, which is the campus tour. I think it is really fun and very immersive experience for the FSTs.
For me, it is the welcoming event because they would be able to hear EEE stories from our speakers that lived through the experiences.
Siguro for me, it's the second day event. It's the campus tour and the institute because because in that event they will have a glimpse of the subjects or the problems from the teachers. Kung ano yung may experience nila sa IEEE itself or sa course namin. Yes.
Actually, we also have handouts for the second day event for the reviewers, and the FSTs could use that to review in advance for their subjects.
That's very good, no? Like you guys are really giving them a glimpse at what it would be like for them, especially in the new environment. As you guys mentioned nga kanina in your pieces of advice, it's staying authentic to your identity, having perseverance despite having such a difficult experience, adjusting and entering a new environment, no? And I'm very excited for you guys to finally also meet like the new generation of people who eventually baka makakausap na nila yung future generation naming dalawa. So
all right, so we loved all opinions and all stories from the three of you. Magka-batch ba kayo or?
The two of them are batchmates and I am their lower classman.
Okay.
We're both third-year students and she is second year.
Okay,
so
okay.
incoming third year or
Yes, incoming.
incoming third year.
Okay.
Wow. So we're
Ayun.
batchmates.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Okay,
great.
yeah. So ako lang dito yung mag-graduate.
Oh.
Well, okay. Sige, thank you for so many stories, so many personal stories. It's a perfect way to transition into the next part of our show, and this is our Freedom Wall review. So it's a new part of the student program, and we review yung mga recent na Freedom Wall posts from our universities na tumatak. So sakto yung mga pinili dito, very pang freshy. Or things that we're going to talk about, if the freshies are listening, shout out sa inyo. Makinig na kayo dito. So this one, the first one, comes from Ateneo, Freedom Wall, number 35880. Reminder for all incoming freshmen. When walking in a group, please do so single file along the walkway. Do not walk side by side. This is applicable in all campus spaces, especially EDSA Walk, SEC Walkway, Red Brick Road, or any corridor, sidewalk, walkway, aisle, etc. Failure to comply is punishable.
Maybe not by the school law, but definitely by sa tingin pa lang ng mga tao sa inyo. Like people just staring at you if you're hogging the walkway. Definitely something that I've done in my fresh year, and for that I'm very sorry. Is this kind of rule applicable in UP? From what I've seen, it's quite a large campus. Do people still hog the walkways and the sidewalks?
Well, honestly, yes. There are some places still. And given that UP is big and sometimes you have another class at the other side of the campus, but your class is back to back, so you have to run.
Yes.
And then there are people that are hogging the hallways sometimes, and even in the large streets, because there are still cars passing through, so you can't run.
Can't just run on
the street,
on the
right?
road, right?
Because you might get hit. So please, we also ask of them to do that, to walk on a single file if possible.
Just to prove a point in front of the freshmen, like you will run into the traffic just to show what happens. Like if it's so urgent, nga, as you said, that you have to really run from classroom to classroom. This is the consequence of other people getting late because of what you guys do. You know what? I feel like talagang it's just a consequence of them not really being familiar with their environment. You know, I mean, me nga as a freshie. Well, I can't speak for all of the freshies, but there's definitely been a couple times na I don't realize that me and my friend group are taking up the entire walkway. So I don't know, baka maybe I'm the person getting targeted by those kinds of posts, and I'm sorry. Especially for the people who may or may not have gotten late because of me. It's only happened twice though. Have you guys ever done something like that? Like you guys really violated the unspoken rules of, you know, sidewalks or other unspoken rules in your campus?
Well, for me, I always tawid, not in the pedestrian lane in our school. Because I know it's huge, so sometimes the pedestrian lane is on the farther side pa. So for me, if my building is just right there in front of me, so I just go straight to it. So basically, pero ano naman, I make sure na walang cars para safe din naman ako. Yeah.
In his defense, guys, some parts of the UP campus, even if there are roads, there are barely any cars. So it's almost abandoned part. Like not much of cars.
You
Yeah,
know,
might as well
cross the road, especially kung walang nakatingin. Honestly, have you ever been called out by the guards for not using the pedestrian lanes?
Yeah, dito kasi sa Ateneo, alam nyo ba na bawal ang jaywalking on campus? Yeah, so I mean that has been one of the shared stories from when yung mga friends mo na galing high school meet up again. Oh, kumusta dyan sa ad mo? Bawal mag-jaywalk dyan. So yeah, I found myself on the jaywalking once and I got called out by a guard.
Yes,
I had no idea it was that
it was that
strict.
serious, yes. Yeah. Especially since I believe there are guards nearly at most of the crosswalks, especially the big ones where there are a lot of cars na dumadaan.
Right.
There are a couple times when it's like late at night and parang I feel na, I don't think anyone's going to see. But then I feel guilty for jaywalking.
Yeah.
That's how instilled it is in me that I really have to use the crosswalk. Parang ang sabi nga ni JB Suarez, use the crosswalk. Kasi pag nasa crosswalk ka, hawak mo ang street. Kapag tumawid ka and it's green light, and natamaan ka ng kotse, hindi mo na hawak ang beat. Hindi mo na rin hawak yung street. So, just to let you guys know, for the stay that you guys are here, for the period that you guys are here in Ateneo, please do not jaywalk. We don't want it to fall on us. And, you know, we want you to be able to give your freshies the good experience and be present for it. Right. Are there any other unspoken rules dito sa Ateneo besides the crosswalk and the sidewalk rule?
How about we ask them, ano yung mga, sige, parang if there's one golden rule ng UP na unspoken, what is it? What is the golden rule?
Well, the golden rule is never to take a photo with yourself and ablation at the same frame. Because
until you graduated.
Because there's a saying that if you take a photo, you would be adding an extra year.
Delayed.
You
Tama
would be
ba?
delayed.
Parang
Yeah.
ganon.
Pero syempre, we do not want that. We want to graduate on time.
Yes, for sure. Right. So, would it apply for us? Parang no naman. Should be fine naman for us Ateneans. Unless we want to pursue UP in the future as additional education. But, parang may ganyan ba tayo dito?
Unspoken. Do you know any unspoken rules?
I mean, I think between the two of us, I think you would be more knowledgeable because I've been only here for incoming 2 years pa lang.
Okay. There is one unspoken rule dito sa campus, and that is to never walk alone in the forests at night.
Oh, right. Oo nga.
Sabi daw, you're not allowed to walk in the forest alone at night. So, some forest and behind the covered courts. Because dyan daw yung mga multo ng hindi nakapag-graduate.
Oh.
Also, sa Bellarmine Hall.
Bellarmine, yes. That's one of our farther classrooms talaga.
Used to be a dorm. And dorm yan ng mga teachers
Right.
daw. And there are horror stories of ghosts of kids that roam Bellarmine Hall.
At night?
In general,
In general?
Yeah.
Have you had experiences like that?
I don't go there alone.
That's good. Are there any places of the sort sa UP na may pagka scary ng onte? For the freshies, just for their reference. And for ours too.
For me, I think the whole CS complex, because it is dark there, like especially the math and the physics building. Their building is like an asylum because of the old structure and the old architecture there. So parang di pa siya naaayos. Kaya if you go there, especially outside, they're full. Kasi parang sa gitna siya ng forest. So if you go there, parang nakakatakot siya lalo at night, mga 7 p.m. Because some classes end at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. So if you go home at that, it is advisable na sana may kasama ka since it is scary din and meron din mga cases ng dangerous acts. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's the reason why sa CS Live the closing time is 9 and it's a strictly closed door policy until 6 a.m. to keep the students safe from outsiders.
Alright, yeah, that makes sense.
Also, honestly, the math building kind of scares me because sometimes there is a crow flying up in the air just near it, and it is said that crows carry a bad omen, right?
Yeah.
And it is on the math building, which is
So
in
double
itself is
bad,
scary.
yes.
Oo.
Literally 2 negatives making even more of a wrong. Even though technically speaking, dapat positive, di ba? Pero parang it's not for you guys.
Sige, move on na sa mga unspoken rules. Ito naman, from the Ateneo Freedom Wall, 35920. We'll extend the question to UP. But the question is, saan mas maraming bunjing? Ateneo or LaSalle? So let's extend it to saan mas maraming bunjing? Ateneo, LaSalle, or UP? Let's keep the short answer. Let's not delve into why as to not offend anyone. But yeah, sige, parang just blurt it out. Ateneo, LaSalle, or UP?
Wait, before we proceed, can you guys define bunjing for us, for me
I have to ask
personally,
the same
and
question.
for our viewers?
To clarify.
Okay, so we also asked the same question before the show started.
The same question kanina.
And we have narrowed it down to the closest English equivalent would be immature. Not necessarily, mukhang immature, but the behavior is, immature, baby-faced, naive. Would it be naive is okay?
Parang more on immature talaga.
Childish.
Yes.
Yeah, childish.
Like, at your big age, you should not be acting like this, essentially. Any thoughts for you while they think of theirs? I already have my answer.
I have my answer.
Okay, do you want to say it at the same time?
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Ateneo.
LaSalle.
Okay,
No
let's not explain
explaining,
that.
right?
No
No
explaining. No
explaining,
explaining.
I would say that all campuses have mixed people, like halo-halo yung personalities of people. So I'm not really sure about that.
That's
So
the
I
same
really don't
answer.
have an answer
Safe.
for that.
Very safe.
I'll go LaSalle. Maybe because I'm biased siguro since alma mater ko yung both schools. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so since you said LaSalle because alma mater mo yung votes ko. I say Ateneo because alma mater ko din yung votes.
Oh, okay. So we have very diverse opinions here. Opinions which, for to keep it safe, talagang safe.
Oh,
No
no explanation.
So-
Parang fast talk.
Yes. So the listeners or the viewers can decide for themselves kung sino na lang din sa tatlo have the most immature crowd.
So, on the topic of, yun nga, different universities, different personalities, mixed personalities. How about sa inyo? Galing UP Freedom Wall, may sumikat ba na post recently that you'd like to talk about? But, keep it, of course, keep it PG and, yeah.
Here is a post that was posted yesterday.
Oh, fresh.
Yes, fresh. So, UP Diliman Freedom Wall, number 39798. Hi, does anyone have advice for making friends in UPD? Currently a freshie, and although may blocks pa kami sa course namin, I've been having a hard time getting close to my blockmates kasi puro aral lang talaga sila. And iba din ang interests. I'm just sad na wala pa talaga akong close friends sa college. And I feel lonely sometimes. Orgs lang ba talaga ang katapat?
I think it's a very I wouldn't say I've had the same experience, but for sure it's hard to make friends when you're in a new environment and the people around you don't really seem to have the same alignment. Since you guys are from UP and you guys have the most proximate experience to this environment, anong masasabi niyo dyan in terms of making friends?
To me, the best way to make friends in UP is to make a friend in each of your classes. Since after your first year, you have no block anymore. So, to me, I just talk to my seatmate all of the time to all my classes. On the very first day of all my classes, I talk to the person nearest to me and I approach them. Hindi na ako nahihiya and I just directly approach the person next to me.
For me naman, I feel like it is going out there. So basically showing up, being present always. Because in UP, there's always so many events, like gatherings. So it is your choice na lang kung gusto mo sumama. So I feel like it is good to na sumama ka doon kasi doon ka makamit ng new people since I think UP is one of the most diverse colleges. Many people come there from different stages in life and background. So it is important na to explore din siguro. You're out of your comfort zone, yes.
Yes, and you did not need an org to have friends in UP. You could join, as he said, yung mga events such as yung amang initiative which is Interact 16 that is really made para ma-ease-in sila and ma-build nga yung friendships and connections with their fellow batchmates sa department na itself.
Grabe maka-loop back to the original topic.
Exactly. Love that.
Dito naman sa Ateneo, we have that too, but it's not, it's not course specific. I'm sure sa laki ng UP, kailangan talaga na course specific
Yes, exactly.
yung welcoming sa freshies nyo. For us, it's school specific.
School-wide,
yeah,
yes,
school-wide.
school-specific.
It's school-wide. I'm sure that the organizations, the home orgs of Ateneo classes and courses have their own things.
Have their own way of doing their welcoming in, no?
Yeah, so for Ateneans coming in as freshies, don't miss out on ORSEM.
Yes.
For UP freshies, don't miss out on your orgs or your home org ba? Home org ba sa home,
Is that
home
what
org
it's
ba
called?
ng EEE? Yeah.
But,
So yeah, don't miss out on your home org's welcoming event. So yeah, that about wraps up our segment today. Thank you so much, guys. Is there anything you'd like to say? Any people you'd want to shout out? Any groups that you'd want to mention while on air?
So I would like to shout out UP Circuit, of course, my home org, and the one who is making Interact possible. And I hope that our viewers would support Interact 16, especially this iteration.
And for me, I want to shout out all the freshies, the FSTs out there. So if you're free on August 6, 5, 6, and 8, you could come by EEE and join us and register through our Facebook page para maranasan din, makatour din kayo sa campus and also meet fellow freshies as well, yes.
Also, shout out sa EEE department and sa students. Let's make a welcoming and the warm. Let's give the FSTs a warm welcome this school
A lot
year.
of it is just showing up and being yourself, and we're very happy that you all came here to share your stories about what it's like to be in UP, and even more so telling us about your initiative to really make the incoming intakes feel welcome in their what you call a hellish experience. But for sure, no, with UP Circuit and with Interact, sana naman, and most certainly from what you guys have told us, that it won't be hellish for them because they'll have found a family, a second home in UP Diliman. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on. So, do I have any shoutouts? Parang gusto ko din mag-shoutout.
Sige, go.
I would like to shout out Arcada for having me today. Well, technically speaking, this entire segment is technically speaking a shout out since we are the ones hosting it. I'd like to shout out my mom. No, that's it. Just my mom. Parang wala naman akong masabi.
Nanonood ba siya?
Hopefully. Baka she's at work eh.
So,
But,
ayun, ganun na lang. Hi, tita na lang.
yes. Do you have any shoutouts?
My shoutouts are to friends and family watching. If you're there behind the screen, sana
Yes,
sana
thank you.
meron.
Sana meron. Yes.
Shout out sa mga ka-org nyo sa EEE. Sana nanonood din kayo. Share nyo sa feeds nyo on Facebook and Instagram or on YouTube. That's our live right now, YouTube and Facebook. And shout out to Cass, our production manager, who is currently not here today. Get well soon. See you next week. Sana. We were not giving you a choice. You have to be better by next week. This is a threat.
The same way that we encourage your freshies to show up talaga for your 3-day initiative. They have no choice. They should show up. They should be there.
All right. So, thanks, guys. Do you have any tagline that you want to do right before, like as your ending segment for Interact? Wala. Parang may catchphrase ba ang EEE students or
the UP Circuit? You guys have like an organization motto that you guys want to share with everyone?
Okay, so for UP Circuit na tagline natin, so guys, just be different and also conduct, rectify, and amplify.
Wow. Love that.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool. Witty, creative. Yeah.
Parang ano din siya, electric related.
Yes,
conduct, amplify. Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming on. To our viewers, if you're freshmen coming into UP or Ateneo, exciting times for you ahead. Mm-hmm. And for those of you who may not be incoming freshmen into either school, share the stream with your friends who
And there's still
friends
so
or family
many
who may be.
initiatives to join
Yeah.
if you are still indeed looking for a second home or a community or just friends. Parang there's so much, and as you guys said, just show up and just be there talaga. And thank you for being here with us today.
Yeah.
Thank you as well.
All right. So yeah, that ends that segment for now. We're moving on to the next break. We'll catch us back here in a few moments.
Katipuneros, don't change that dial because we'll be coming right back.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, Radyo, Katipunan, Radyo, Katipunan, Radyo, Radyo, Katipunan, Radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, Radyo, 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 Katipunan, Radyo, Radyo, Katipunan, Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog, lipat na buhay. eagle, kaning giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Joe cracked the dawn, Herb got it. Shante, Terror Squad. Be about us, be about you.
Something in your walk looks different. Something deep inside got me.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog. Lipat na Blue Eagle, kaning giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
The voice of the Blue. Radyo Katipunan.
Checking out the latest happenings in, around, and beyond Katipunan. This is the Katipunan Roundup.
Radio Katipunan 87.9 FM, the voice of the Blue Eagle, Katipunan Roundup.
Where we bring you the ins, outs, and all about of the place where we call home, Katipunan Avenue. And yeah, moving into our final section of today's Katipunan Roundup, events in Manila
Lots
/QC
of things
/Katipunan.
to look forward to, no?
The first thing that we have on the list is ang babae sa septic tank 4 as opposed to 1, 2, and 3. May
What
4
happened?
na. May
Well,
4 na. What happened to 1, 2, and 3?
Maybe that specific septic tank is called 4. Just cause.
4 mismo. Not like the 4th in a series, but
I-
like septic tank number 4.
Yes, possible.
Okay. So yeah, it is going to be in the PETA Theater Center on it'll be, the show runs from June 19 to August 16 of this year. So yeah, 2 more weeks to catch the show. Tickets start at 1,800 pesos.
Parang sa title pa lang, I'm kind of interested to, maybe come see what that play, tama ba, show is about.
Maybe they answer the question that happened to septic tanks 1, 2, and 3.
Maybe 4 is also like symbolic of some sorts. I don't know.
Oo.
It's also possible that there's 1, 2, and 3 and I just don't have context on 4.
Yeah. Oh, there is 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so yeah, our managers are telling us there is 1, 2, and
alright.
3. So maybe this is the 4th in a series of I don't know how many more septic tanks.
Well, I'd feel bad if there is more women in septic tanks. I'd be kind of worried.
Yeah.
Sounds a little
Yeah.
worrying.
Oh, it is a. Oh, okay. So we're getting word now that it is a theater version of a film.
Right. Okay.
Maybe we watch 1, 2, and 3, and then watch Ang Babae sa Septic Tank 4 in PETA
in
Theater.
the theater itself, so you get the full experience of
Right.
having seen both the movies and the action.
I can't imagine what it's like to be in a septic tank, like to be stuck.
I would
there.
rather not imagine that. But maybe if I come watch it, or the viewers come watch it, then they would know, or at least see what it is truly about to be in a septic tank.
So it is a stage production where cynical filmmakers plan on producing a bleak independent film. So it's kind of like meta theater, meta film, dealing with poverty and prostitution in the hopes of scoring free travel to international film festivals. It's a story about media production. It's like meta media production.
Right. So for those of you who are particularly interested in seeing a meta testament to production and the ins and outs of it, then I think it's definitely something that you could go and see. Parang I'm interested tuloy talaga.
Yeah, that
Especially
looks
someone who is
pretty
pursuing
interesting.
communication.
Yeah.
Seems quite aligned.
So yeah, that is Ang Babae sa Septic Tank for showing at PETA Theater from until August 16 of this year. 2 weeks to catch it.
Right.
Next event.
The next thing, something that I personally resonate with, and a lot of the Genshin Impact Honkai Star Rail fans would love to come visit, is Hoyo Fest 2026. So this is, I think, one of their bigger iterations of the event. They're holding it at the space at 1 Ayala. It is running from Thursday, so July 30, to Sunday, August 2. So there's a lot of fun activities. I imagine there's going to be booths, and if you are all the cosplay type or like taking pictures or seeing cosplayers, then especially from Hoyoverse Media, then I highly recommend. Have you visited Hoyo Fest?
I have never played or consumed any kind of media from Hoyoverse.
Oh, well, I have, and I've attended Hoyo Fest since 2023. I think this is going to be the first time I miss it.
You're not going?
I don't think I can.
It's a 4-day
event, so maybe hopefully I can
Sayang
catch it.
naman, yeah.
But from what I remember, especially for those who are still thinking about going, I personally highly recommend it. I've also been to the space at 1 Ayala. There's a lot that goes on in that event. There's a lot of freebies.
Yeah,
There's
tell me
a lot
about
of
it.
stage segments as well. I believe they also have a segment where they have cosplayers on a runway showing off
Cosplay contests.
Yes, something
Cool.
of the sort. Honestly, as someone, I believe there's also going to be a lot of artist alley booths. So if you guys are a big fan of collecting merchandise, especially from this piece of media, I mean, I personally was there buying only merch of one character, then definitely I highly recommend, especially since this is only a 4-day, once-in-a-year event. So if you guys also want to get, I believe they also share like codes to get free Prima Gems or whatever their currency equivalent is. If you guys are big fans of the media, then I highly recommend visiting Hoyo Fest. The tickets start from 300 pesos. So definitely, personally, big fan of it. Highly recommend it.
Worth the $300?
Yes, worth the line. I have not seen Hoyo Fest be hosted at that venue. From what I recall, very long lines. If you guys are willing to stick it out, then I mean, it's a once-in-a-year event. A lot of things have lines. Might as well, you know?
Right. So on the other side naman of fandom,
Nerdy
nerd fandom stuff, there is going to be a card show happening at UP Town Center this weekend. Card shows, for those of you who don't know, is a venue for collectors and players alike to buy and sell pieces from their collection to, complete.
Right.
For example, you are one of those kids that grew up with a Game Boy and you finished Pokemon and you want to complete all 151 of the original Pokemon. Fastest place to do it.
Parang speaking from experience yata. Are you a card collector?
I am a player.
Oh,
I do not
alright.
collect. I do have one type of collection, and it is called a living dex. A living dex is one iteration of every single Pokemon. So I'm going to try to do that with cards. So for example,
Right.
I need to get, the first 151. Well, now there are 1,025, including different
Oh
forms.
goodness! So
Yeah.
I mean, the next best time to start is now. So
Yes.
for those of you who do like collecting cards, I believe this is not just for one piece of media, but for
Yeah,
like
it's not
any
just
kind
it's
of
not just
TCG.
Pokemon. Yeah,
Right.
I think there's bound to be Magic the Gathering.
For
there's
sure.
bound to be Rift Bound and Disney's Lorcana.
I hear these cards can go for very high prices.
Yep, they could pay for somebody's tuition. That's how
Wow.
wild it's getting
Right.
now.
That's actually something I've always wanted to try. Just buying a pack, doing the flipping
Oh,
thing.
they sell at 7-Eleven now.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
they
could
sell
you could just
Pokemon-
you could go into 7-Eleven, ask if they have, because they know they keep it in the back.
Oh,
Right, so if
it's
you
like
ask.
if you know, you
If you know, you
thing.
know,
So
yeah.
now you shared it to everyone, and for those of you who may or may not discover their next big financial break.
Now they know the meta.
Oh gosh! Now we have to buy all of it out here before they steal
before they get it. Yeah,
before they get it.
exactly. So, collecting fandom going crazy since the pandemic. One of the ways to finish your collections or add to a piece to your
Or maybe start.
trophy wall, or maybe start to your trophy wall, is to go to these card shows. Speaking of collections, there is a fourth film in this collection of
The
what people are
series.
calling, I don't know, people are crushing the most on Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
It's the fourth movie in the collection of Tom Holland's Spider-Man films. Spider-Man Brand New Day releases in cinemas tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I did not realize.
We're
that
actually
was
getting
so
it ahead of the States.
Oh yeah, because I believe the Philippines has a thing with cinemas or movies that they always release on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Do you know why that's the case? Because I don't.
Not sure really. Also, the funny one about that Philippine cinema is that it doesn't apply to all movies. For example, Avengers Doomsday is December 18, which is a Friday for us. Yeah.
I think they're pushing it on the 18th talaga. Are there any other movies on that day that you are also looking forward to?
On that day mismo, no. But there is parang my film festival. Do we have a film festival on that day?
I'm not sure. What I meant was the other iteration of, I guess, not really hero, but more like long iterations of media that are finally reaching their climax. So I'm talking about Dune 3, which people are pushing to be Dune's Day since they're both coming out on the same day. But let's talk about
so this is like Barbenheimer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
okay.
they're calling it Dune's Day, which is quite impressive. It's quite witty, But let's talk about the more upcoming one, the thing that we're actually going to witness tomorrow. So, is there anything that you're looking forward to? Are you going to watch it immediately tomorrow?
I don't think so. I'm quite packed tomorrow. I think that I am most excited for I think what's been happening to Tom Holland's character, Peter Parker, and he is becoming more biologically similar to a spider.
What makes you say that?
I think it's not an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. What's the name of the other guy?
Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, as revealed in No Way Home.
No Way Home.
He is the only Spider-Man of the three of them who makes
Has
the webs coming
come
out of his
wrist
wrists.
instead of it being part of his suit, right?
Yes. So it seems to be that based on the trailers that biological change is happening now to Tom Holland's Peter Parker.
Right. From what I remember from No Way Home is that the part that hit me the most as someone who does like Spider-Man, but maybe likes him more for the overarching character that he has and the relationships that he has. For those of you who don't remember, I believe he is forgotten at the end of No Way Home.
No, everyone has forgotten that. Everyone knows a Spider-Man, but it's like Peter Parker never existed.
Right. So I'm excited to see how they're going to deal with this in the upcoming movie. Parang that was the most heartbreaking part.
Right.
All of me, that
Yeah.
The Zendaya's character just forgot him.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen fully the trailer, I believe, but I do know that at some point they do interact.
Yeah.
She says something about being friendly neighbor. And he
Yeah,
spits on his
yeah,
drink.
yeah,
Yes, and
yeah.
that one I remember. So I'm looking forward to seeing how are they wrapping up his character, or are there more after
I
this?
feel like to some extent they are, because this is going to be the last Marvel film in the MCU before Doomsday.
Oh, that's interesting. So I think we may see a completion of his character at this point.
Although 4 movies is a bit odd, no? 5 sounds right. 4 is
Right,
weird.
4 is like-
3 is the magic number.
3, I think
is
for
magic
sure
number.
3.
Yeah.
Then
Now that
4.
it's 4, parang should it be 4? Maybe they ended at 5. I don't know.
maybe the 5 is like the actual ending.
Yeah, because apparently the Marvel Cinematic Universe is supposed to get a hard reset after Doomsday.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Doomsday Secret Wars, and then that is the hard
Secret
reset.
Wars?
Yeah.
So there's Doomsday and then there's Doomsday Secret.
No, so the Avengers Doomsday and then Avengers Secret Wars, I think.
I see. Okay, and then that's the hard cutoff.
So that's 2027.
Wow. So that's next year. I was about to say that's 2 years from now. I'm not sure.
Stuck in 2025.
I might be. It's been a while since I've seen a Marvel movie. Actually.
Right. Yeah, I think the last one that I watched in cinema was, gosh, I can't remember now. I think it was Thunderbolts.
I did not see that one. I think I do remember seeing No Way Home in cinemas. I think that's the last Marvel movie that I had seen in cinema. So, as someone who had seen, what was that last one? Endgame?
Yes, Endgame was the last Avengers.
Here's a funny story. I saw Endgame in Italy because it came out around that point, and we wanted to watch it as soon as possible to avoid any spoilers. And the most fun thing about it is that it was a predominantly English audience, so the audio was in English, and that experience was just literally out of this world. So for those of you who watched it in cinemas, packed cinemas, surely you remember everyone cheering at certain points when characters eventually came out. And I'm hoping that since, cinema culture has made quite a comeback, especially after the pandemic, I'm looking forward to that, if anything, that experience of watching it with other people.
Right. So yeah, that's all we have for now. If any of you guys on the other side of the screen have anything to share with us, events happening in the year, or not in the year, but any events happening in and around the Katipunan, around Quezon City, in the Philippines even, don't be afraid to share it with us.
Definitely.
DM the page on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are Radyo Katipunan, and subscribe to the YouTube channel also
Of course.
on the Radyo Katipunan, and the TikTok.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
forget about the TikTok,
Don't forget
where we
about it.
post the more Gen Z stuff.
Yes, where we connect to the actual audience a lot more. And the creators as well.
And the
since we're
creators,
all-
yeah. Shout out to the creators of those
Yes,
films.
our social
yeah,
media
those are our
team.
friends. Yeah. Social media team of Radyo Katipunan. Very, very definitely not boomers.
Yes. I believe we also have Rec Week to look forward to.
Yes, that's right. Rec Week to look forward to. ORSEM for Ateneo freshmen will be happening next week from
Yes.
August 3 to 4. And on August 4 will be O Night, the concert
Yes.
that happens at the beginning of the year featuring O Idols. So it could be your friends performing live, alumni bands, local talent.
Lots of great things to look forward to, especially for those of you who are new to the community. It's a great way to ease in. It's a great way to meet new people as well. And eventually, later in August, I believe will be Rec Week. So I believe we'll also be there. So for those of you who want
Actually, I have news for you. We are not participating in Rec Week.
Oh, is that so?
Because our doors open first.
So just for those of you who are interested in
Doing what we do.
doing the many things that we do, then that's definitely something that you should look forward to.
If you're interested in media production, radio, voice talent,
Yes, or just want to meet new people, as we were
communicate.
talking about.
It's very catered towards those who like the
Yapping.
communication, yapping, social media production, and curation. If that's your thing, sign-ups to be a part of the big and growing Arcada.
Yes.
Open on August 10.
Yes, so
The first day of Morsem, which is the week after Orsem, where it's more Orsem.
more Orsem and more of us too.
Yeah. So catch us next week. Maybe at Orsem mismo.
Yes, could
maybe at Morsem.
Morsem.
Orsem and Morsem. You never know.
Yeah. So you just gotta keep your eye out and just keep looking forward to it. We're keeping you on your toes is what we're doing.
Yeah. So yeah. Stick around to find out if you'll see us again at these big school-wide events. Follow the pages, subscribe to the channel, and when will I see you next on air hosting Katipunan Roundup? Probably the next time we call on
out.
you. Yeah. They'll find out. Yeah,
yes,
the viewers
you guys
will find
out. So I will also keep you on your toes and find out for yourselves as well the next time that I'll be joining everyone here. And if not on Katipunan Roundup, then most certainly in the first semester, where I'll be joined by the lovely other DJs who will be part
Righto.
of many new programs.
That's
many
right.
programs.
That's right. So, how about you sign us off?
Right. So this has been Bernice from Katipunan Roundup, Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM, the voice of the Blue Eagle. Have a great rest of your afternoon. And we're joined by... of course, you can't forget.
Goodbye na eh. Hindi
No,
pa ako nakapag-outro eh. This is Martz, your ever-present host for Radyo Katipunan and Katipunan Roundup for the entirety of July. We'll see you in August.
Yes, we'll see you in Morsem, Orsem, and you'll have more of us as well.
Peace out.
The voice of the Blue.
Checking out the latest happenings in, around, and beyond Katipunan. This is the Katipunan Roundup.